It was a hell of a game. I don't know if I've ever been a part of something like that. The back and forth in the battle. We got off to a decent start. I like how we started the game. Obviously, I thought they got away from us a little bit in the third and fourth quarter, and then obviously just big shot after big shot um, from both sides, really. Um, so it's just executing down the stretch, being locked into what we needed to do, um, and really just sticking together in a really, really tough environment um, with no give up.
All right, raise your hand. We'll move the microphone around the room. Let's start with that.
Yeah, Coach, just talk to me about the clutch shooting of Raquana Williams late in the game. Hit, I think 3 or 4 hit threes late, and then also Jackie's final shot.
Yeah, I mean, you could kind of go down. Bay hit a big one, then Asia hit a big one, and Jackie hit a big one. Chelsea, I mean, it was just, uh, and that's what makes this group special, really. I mean, what's the show? Any given Sunday. On any given Sunday, it could be somebody else, and vice versa. Really, for them, it could be Jewel one night, it could be Stewie one night. Sue, I thought, played magnificent tonight. I mean, that was just a really, really high level basketball. Really, both sides.
But you look like this is a better looking game to let me down in Vegas. In the press conference, you kind of stopped with Jordan, said, let's go. And I'm just asserting that you all came in here with a warrior mentality, that you get the next and they're going to be told us. Is this what the carryover about this, like determination?
Yeah, I mean, the trust down the stretch, because in every competition, it doesn't matter what sport, there's going to be a breaking point where you only have two choices. You're either going to fall apart or you're going to come together. And at the end of the day, like, I look down at the stat sheet, 26 assists. Like, that's probably what I'm happiest about, because it means the ball was playing. It means they were moving it. They were trusting each other, playing the right way. And here's for us, and I know they're going to go back and look at the film and they're going to make their adjustments and they're going to say we could have done this better, and we're going to do the same thing. And I coming into this, I thought there was, mentality wise, they're coming off a loss, and it's hard to meet that ferocity and that kind of focus a lot of times when somebody's coming off a loss. And I thought the way we came out of the gates really gave us a good chance to win the game, because we were so locked in, so focused. You're going to need a cushion against this team because they're not going anywhere. They're going to always make a run. They're never going away. So it's about being locked in for the entire game and executing. And I think, the fact that I have the luxury of kind of, you don't know, because is it going to be Jackie? Is it going to be Asia? Is it going to be Chelsea? Is it going to be like, there's a lot of weapons. So that's a real luxury to have in these kind of situations. So, and that's not me, that's just them. You just get the benefits of it.
So, what does a win like this teach your team going forward when they're thinking about bigger things after this game?
It's just not over until the buzzer goes off. And, I talk about fighting for 40 minutes. Today it took 45 minutes, but you got to dig in and fight for however long it takes. And for every minute, because in these kind of situations, like, every possession matters, both offensively and defensively. And I thought we made some mistakes that gave them some really easy ones. And then that starts to put some real pressure on your defense, especially when they're getting layups because we're missing rotations or whatnot. So we're going to go back. We're going to look, see if we can't tweak some things, as will they. So we expect nothing probably but a similar battle, just down to the wire in game 4. It's hard to knock out a champ.
You said it's not about you, but the 3 consecutive ATOs, you want the 3 that Asia score and Jackie with the buzzer. Is there pride in seeing your players execute those plays that you kind of drew them up?
Oh yeah, I mean that's growth when um man, I've said this, the whole year. I have a luxury of being able to draw something and stuff they've never seen before and they can go out and do it. That's a skill set. Um and a luxury because I can kind of read what they're doing defensively and then draw the play accordingly. And for them to just go out and execute it is a tribute to their focus, their lock-in factor, and their will to win. Their will to win. And then obviously, you know, Chelsea's special in certain situations. I mean, and what a luxury. You can just give her the ball and she's gonna make something happen. With her passing, 12 assists, 1 turnover is to go along with 20. I mean, it's just an incredible performance. We had her, Asia, Kia on the glass for us. That's a huge deal for us to win the glass.
Andy?
Hey Becky, I know you just touched on it a little bit there, but Chelsea Gray seems like she's hit just another level these playoffs. What have you seen from her, both as a player and as a leader on this team these last couple weeks?
Chelsea Gray being Chelsea Gray. This girl been hitting big shots for her entire career. I don't know if there's I mean, with clutch performances, you got to put her in the conversation with every great basketball player, male, female, doesn't matter.
Definitely. And then yeah,
Michael,
Hey, I'm sorry, Becky, I'm on Zoom.
oh, there you are. Okay.
As a player, you've been involved in some great playoff games with, very dramatic endings. Thinking back to Spoon in '99 in the finals, obviously Nikki Teasley against you guys in the finals in 2000, and then Sophia Young, the big shot she made in the Western Conference semis. You said earlier that there are a few games you can think of like this. Was this also just the fact that there were so many great plays at the end? And how do you think this game might rate with ones you've been involved in?
I mean, obviously, this is the biggest game from the sidelines for me, but I can't think of a back and forth between two heavyweights like this game. I mean, it was just big shot after big shot after big shot. So that you got two players too that are in their prime of their career, MVP candidates just going at it. I mean, you really can't draw it up any better from a spectator viewpoint. But the I mean, I don't. Why don't you ask them? Here they are. I am passing the mic because you guys dropped the mic. I passed the mic.
Limited to one question. We'll go ahead and get started. Right down front here, go ahead. Right behind you.
Sue, in the moment that you were putting up the hits to hit the 3-point, what was going through your head?
Shoot it. There wasn't a lot of time.
What was kind of the emotional swing of that final second of regulation between that three Jackie game time bucket, and you think that had any carryover effect in overtime?
Probably. We were up 4 with not a lot of time left, and that's really to me where we lost the game. Letting them take the lead. So they probably scored, that means they scored 5 points in 3 seconds. That to me is where we really let this one go. I understand the last plays are gonna stick out because they're dramatic and exciting, and I'm sure it was great TV, but we were up 4.
Yeah, I mean, like the 6 points in the final 7, frustration there over some of the things doing.
No, it was really frustrating. I think that, we had the game and we gave it to them, and that's really it.
How do you guys bounce back from obviously such a disappointing loss because now it's win or go home?
You just do. I think right now you're not going to see happy faces. You're not going to see people that are thrilled about what just happened, and that's okay. I think you have to kind of like go through those emotions to get to the other side. And then tomorrow we have one day to prepare. We'll watch film. We'll come fresh. It's game 4. right? Like, had we won today, that doesn't mean anything's guaranteed in game 4. So you just have to find a way to kind of put this one behind you and move on.
From your, both of your viewpoints, what kind of happened on that last play where they tied the game in regulation?
Oh, well, there was 0.8 seconds. We had discussed having a foul to give. And I think, what happened is that Jackie Young made a cut to the basket. And, I don't want to assume what Ezzy was thinking, but I'm sure she was thinking like, oh, I don't want to foul her, and she made the basket. It's not, there wasn't any magic that happened. I was guarding somebody in the corner, to be honest. I didn't really see what happened. I just turned and saw she got the ball.
As defensively, Asia Wilson had 20 points in the first half. If you count overtime, so 14 in the second, but still, you held her down. I'm not sure what kind of adjustments you guys made from the first half to the second to get back in the game. But you guys
we simplified our schemes. I think that, when you have to think about so many things going on and then at the same time play the game, it makes things tough. So halftime we really simplified everything, played similar to how we played game 1 and game 2, and it gave us, some type of momentum and push in the second half.
Stewie, likewise, you had a great second half. Can you just talk about the benefits of being more aggressive and really going for your shots in that second half and overtime?
Yeah. Just knowing that obviously we needed big plays, big moments, and just trying to be aggressive. I think that, maybe the first half I settled a little bit on jump shots. In the second half, just really getting downhill and attacking the basket and putting the pressure on the refs to make the call.
Chelsea Gray, she had herself a good game and knocked out some tough threes. Sue, for you, what was your perspective on how she played today?
She played well.
Take some questions from the Zoom. Christos, go ahead, Christos.
Hello, ladies. Hope you're doing well. Question for both of you. The way you were in this position several times before in the past. Where's the confidence level right now, despite the loss, despite the outcome of today's game? And what do you need to do in game 4 to bring your best basketball?
Sure.
We need to just learn from today and take that to game 4. Our backs are now against the wall, if you will. And it's win or go home.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Christos. Jose, go ahead.
This question is for Sue. The series is far from over. We know that. You guys lost today, but the series is not over whatsoever. With the way that the crowd was in Las Vegas, the fan support and everything like that, and everything going into today's game, knowing it's your last year, would you want it any other way? I mean, this has to be the way you want it to be, right? You don't want just easygoing games. You want excitement, don't you?
No, I want 20-point wins every game until we win the championship. What are you talking about? I don't want to lose. I'm not, no disrespect, but what?
All right. Thanks, ladies. Appreciate it. We'll have Coach Quinn in here in just a minute. Some questions start here in the room. If you have questions, you raise your hand for Coach. Start with Maz down here.
Hey, Coach, kind of a two-part, but A, the emotion was in this game, and then B, how it was, how do you move on quickly with one day in preparation?
You said it, just have to watch the film, get better, adjust with the one day in between, and move on from there.
Just talk about the decision to sub Tina in. She didn't play the entire fourth quarter and sub her in the final possession.
Just wanted a vet on the floor at that time.
Coach Sue was coming in and talking about there was an option to maybe foul on the last play. Could you just walk us through kind of defensively, what was your strategy and
Yeah.
what went into that decision?
Yeah, we talked about it. I just looked at some clips. It was tough to get there to execute that specifically, but we talked about it and just didn't execute it. It's on me. I'll take it on the head. All of what happened end of game, all of our execution things that falls on me.
I mean, specifically regarding fouling, I mean, how much of a concern with valuable time left is it fouling in the act, and then kind of walk us through that what you saw in Sutton?
The one where Asia traveled.
No, the young shot.
Yeah. Just looked at on the film what happened where there was a slip out. There was a guard to guard, and obviously Young at the basket. This was the play you're referring to. Young at the basket. We couldn't found in that instance. They went immediately from sideline of bounds into the play, and that is difficult to defend, especially when she was right going into her shooting motion.
Do you think that the way the game ended in the regulation, or the way regulation ended carried over a little bit into overtime, maybe?
Probably some fatigue set in as well. I think we had that momentum and we wanted it to be done, and it wasn't.
What was it like for you to get Gabby back today?
It was great. I thought that, she helped us tremendously. I know she has to get back her wind a little bit. Steph Talbot came in and gave really good minutes, but it was good to have Gabby's intensity, physicality, energy back on the floor with us.
So you briefly mentioned the play at the end where you said Asia might have traveled. That's something that you talked to the referees about after it happened? Or?
Yeah, there was no moment to talk to them about it.
Obviously a very disappointing loss. Disappointing loss, but now game forward is win or go home. How do you kind of rally the troops?
Exactly that. It's one game at a time at this particular junction of the playoffs. Look at film, get better, stay positive with it, and just infuse a lot of that within our group.
One question on Zoom. Andy, go ahead.
Hey, Noel, just wanted to know if there's any consideration about playing Steph Talbot or Ezzy Magbagor in overtime, considering how much success they had in the fourth quarter.
Steph Talbot did play in overtime, maybe a little bit sooner. In those moments, we ended the game with that group on the floor, and I think just wanting to start with our starters who have been our best five in this particular season, just trying to find some momentum and knowing that fatigue had set in. Again, my decision, maybe it's right or wrong, I'll take the blame for everything.
Thank you.
Thanks, Andy. Nikai, go ahead.
Yes, Coach. To begin the game, it seemed defensively you guys started out with more trapping, more hedging, as opposed to the first two games of the series. Was that just wanting to set?
Nikai, can you repeat your question, please?
Oh, can you hear me now?
Yep.
Okay. To begin the game, it looks like defensively y'all started out with more hedging or more trapping as opposed to the switching in the first two games. Was that just trying to set more of a tone defensively, or was there something in the film you saw in game 1 or 2 that you wanted to attack in that way?
We didn't. Well, actually, yeah, we started out trapping a couple of players. Yeah, I just wanted to be aggressive where we thought certain players who aren't involved in certain actions, just kind of trying to take players off their strengths. That was kind of the decision into how we started the game, and we had to adjust as players as the game adjusted.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right, thanks, Coach. Appreciate it.
Yeah. What about Gatorade's legal?
I mean, they pay me. They Pepsi. It's a Pepsi product. I can drink this one. Pepsi. Pepsi. What? They a Pepsi product. Pay my bills.
Michael, since we handed off in the middle of your question, why don't you ask your question and get these ladies if you like?
Yeah, I think I will. I think I'll follow up with Chelsea. I was asking Becky about just the, being in a game even as a player that had this many exciting moments. Obviously, with the Game 5 of 2016, with you guys winning with the Sparks was a huge game. But have you ever been in a game that had this many huge plays by different people with so many high stakes?
This. I'm trying to think. It's pretty close with those moments. I think that this is probably the game where there was so many back and forth. Oh, they're gonna win it. Oh no, they're gonna win it. Oh, we're going to overtime. Like that in 2016, it didn't go into overtime. Like it was done. Like we had 5 minutes, another 5 minutes of playing. So it's pretty high up there. Yeah, that's what playoff basketball is all about. It felt good.
Thank you.
Hey, ladies, congratulations on a very hard-fought win. Raquana, this question is for you. I mean, you were just in the zone when it came to being behind the arc. You kind of struggled early on, but you found your way. What was the confidence level as far as you being able to really lock in and really be a key factor to this win today?
My teammates keep telling me shoot the ball, like relax. They asked was I doing push-ups before the game or something because everything was so strong and long. But just staying in it, trying to stay locked in on the defensive end, let my offense come to me.
Thank you.
Cassandra, you there?
Yes. Here. Question for Asia. When Sue hit that shot, seemed like that was going to be the end of the game, but I watched your disposition and you ran over to your teammates and stayed ready. What did you say to them in that moment? And how did your mindset shift so quickly to we're still going to win this game?
Man, when y'all be asking us these in the moment questions, I really don't have an idea what I said to my teammates. But the biggest thing was just we live for these moments. You work hard for these bright light games and just staying in it and understanding that we've worked hard to get to where we are and never lose sight of that. So I can't guarantee you what I said to them, but we came out and we were locked in and Jackie made a big shot for us.
After Jackie's shot, how much momentum did you feel like that you going into overtime? You feel like that can carry over?
Yeah, that was a lot of momentum. We said in the huddle that the momentum is on our side right now, and that was a play. It was deflating for the home team, that we got to go into overtime. We were ready. We came out locked in for those 5 minutes.
I can be pretty loud. The focus you all had, particularly at the beginning of the game, and then they kind of continued on. Okay. What have you done the past 24, 48 hours to kind of find that focus and hone in where you are now?
I would just say our meetings are tighter, it's more concise, we're on the same page. Any adjustment that we make, we're making it in game and we're talking about it. Even with the type of layups that they were getting, they went on a run, they punched us hard with that run, getting some backdoor cuts. The crowd was in it. As an away team, you can't have those types of moments, but I think it's our communication when we get into the huddles to go back what got us here and why it got us to this point. So we were locked in. We didn't really waver. We were still strong.
2 more years, more from the Zooms, and they'll get ready for game 4. Okay. Kind of adding on to that, you win game 2 and just being locked in focus to win game 3, which you created, and how do you continue that focus to possibly close it out?
I mean, understanding that this is what we do. At the end of the day, we have to stay locked in. We're playing in a hard place to play, but that's how champions are born. That's how things go on. You win on the road. I mean, they were hyped when they won game 1 because you need these games on the road. So for us, we just got to continue to stay locked into who we are. And I think the biggest thing is kind of what Chelsea said is just staying composed. We're playing against a Seattle team that's been here before, that can wave the storm, that, no pun intended, that can they know. And the biggest thing is for us to be mentally tough in those situations. So if that means going back to our rooms, settling down, getting something to eat and not doing anything else, then that's what it means. We got to take care of our bodies, but also our minds, because game 4 is not about to be easy. Game 3, damn sure wasn't easy. So we really just got to lock into ourselves and just stay composed through the moment.
Kind of to go right off of that, very hostile crowd.
Yeah.
But talk about the growth you've seen from this Aces team, like this season compared to maybe a couple of years in the playoffs, a couple years ago.
Yeah, we're locked in more than ever. I think we had a lot of different stuff that was going on, of course, within our teams throughout the playoffs, as every team does. But this year, we're just locked in because we know what we're fully capable of. And knowing when Becky goes in halftime, that's like, okay, first half was good, but I want more out of you. I think that is what makes you push through that finish line. That's what makes you want to go ahead and put stuff on the line, because it's like, even though we played our hardest for maybe the 20 minutes, we can still give more, because these are the times that we play for. So at the end of the day, we're locked into that. I'm going to bet on us always, no matter what.
Degrees with Christos?
He in Greeks.
Hello, ladies. Congratulations on the win.
Right there. What up?
Asia, question for you. Wins like this, how mentally stronger make you as a team?
Oh, this is huge. We have the 24-hour rule when games don't go our way, but also when games go our way. We can settle in on this one, but we know the job's not done. We know they're gonna come out ready, and we have to be the same. Can't be a drop off. This is still a business trip to us, and at the end of the day, we got to make sure that we come in locked in and ready to go. Oh, TC, you good? Yeah.
Close it out with everybody's new favorite questioner, Nikias. Go ahead.
Hello. This question is for you, Asia. You've alluded to the fact that once you hit the playoffs, teams already know what the other team is running. You're not going to be surprised by play calls in particular. With you getting the Breonna Stewart matchup a lot, Seattle loves to have Sue Bird screen for Breonna Stewart, have a curl in. What makes that action so difficult to defend?
I mean, it's the mismatch. They're playing to their strengths. When they want to get a mismatch with KP on a Stewie, that's a mismatch that they want to look at, obviously. But at the same time, it's a team effort at the end of the day. We got to make sure that we have layers to our defense. That's key to us. That's key to our system. So they try to expose our mismatches, and we try to do the same the best way we can. But at the end of the day, we got to be, as a team, locked in and ready to defend people individually.
Thank you.
No, thank you.
Good job, babe.